Hello lovely souls. It's that time again when we are approaching a full moon. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 11th or 12th of December in the sign of Gemini, which is called the cold moon. It will be occurring at 19 degrees and 51 minutes. So it will be on the 11th or the 12th, depending on your location. We have more details in regards to the times and locations on our website. So if you'd like to go on our website, you can check them out there. So this full moon is a time to finalize and complete the goals that you have set over the last 6 months. Gemini rules words, thoughts, ideas, language, and communication, and these areas are all activated at the time of this full moon. So there could be a lot of conversations, a lot of phone calls, a lot of internet networking, socializing. So anything that relates to these areas, it will be activated. It will actually be a very busy time in these themes. So in regards to what's happening in the sky, there is a powerful T-square with the Sun in Sagittarius and Moon in Gemini, which are both squaring Neptune, that bring challenges in discerning what is true and what is fake. When we have Neptune in the picture, it becomes a little bit like a dream state. So the main influence of this full moon is the triple conjunction of Venus, Saturn and Pluto, and this can bring about some challenges involving love and or money. Things might be feeling like they are reaching a critical point, and you will need to make adjustments and decisions in these areas of your life in order to restore balance and see growth. The full moon also casts light on home, family and intimate relationships, as the sign of Gemini might have you feeling stretched very thin, trying to please everyone. You might feel some opposing forces asking you to make decisions on what you need versus what you want, and inner conflict and external pressures of what is expected of you can easily drain your energy if you aren't careful. As the full moon increases the intuition and emotions, it's best to use the heightened energies of your emotions to tap into your intuition. Going within to gain clarity on what is causing disharmony or imbalance in your life in order to overcome challenges during this time. Saturn conjunct Pluto will have an influence for the next 2 months, showing the challenges faced recently and how they must be dealt with, where you will come up with some difficult decisions you have been avoiding recently. The full moon Saturn-Pluto quincunx means that it will bring increased tension to an uncomfortable level within your relationships due to an imbalance between your personal and professional life, or between your emotional needs and the needs of others. This full moon suggests the need to release heavy burdens and responsibilities. Patience and determination is the key. While you may be faced with extra responsibilities, with less time and resources to get a job done, and it's important to not make rash decisions right now. So that is a little bit about the Gemini full moon, or the cold moon, that we will be experiencing soon. You can find out more about it on our website. So you can go to girlandhermoon.com, and you will see there that we've got the dates and the times that is probably closest to where you are now, when the full moon will be appearing, and we do have the horoscopes as well, how the moon will affect each and every sign. So let's start with Aries. Now Aries will be in the third house during this full moon, and the third house rules all forms of communication, talking, thinking, gadgets and devices, cell phones, pages, instant messenger, etc., etc., internet networking, everything you can think of that involves communication, talking, writing, thinking, anything. So, and the third house also covers siblings, neighborhoods, local travel, libraries, schools, teachers, and community affairs. So, Aries, your notifications are blowing up at the full moon in Gemini on the 11th. It seems like everyone wants to get in touch with you. So yes, this is an amazing day to catch up on email. Use the intellectual energy coming your way to do some serious journaling. But you also need extra self-soothing and care. It's important that you get your beauty's rest this month, because 2020 requires you to work really hard. So let's see what the tarot has to say for Aries. We have a 6-card reading, because in the tarot deck, Gemini is actually number 6 card, so I chose to do a 6-card reading for this specific full moon. So 6 cards for Aries. Okay, so 6 cards, and the first question we have relating to the first card is where you are right now. This represents the point you are at in your life right now. Okay, so you are with the Empress card. It represents you are very happy where you are. Actually, the Empress is not the Queen, she is the Empress. And it shows that you are actually in the position where you dreamed of at the moment. You have achieved some recognition, possibly within your career, and in relationships, you are happy where you are as well. If you are attached, and it shows that you're also at the point in your life where you are doing self-care, taking time off, maybe going and having that massage or that, spa moment. And also, it just shows that you are quite creative and enjoying the luxuries of life at the moment. Okay, so the second card we have here is the 3 of Pentacles, an Earth element card. It represents who you appear to be, okay? This represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. This is your public face and the true nature of your relationships with others and the tension that may exist between your inner and outer self. So it also is like what you need to do in order to bring these into harmony, okay? So you appear to be someone who's a good team member, okay? Someone who is working towards a goal that is long-lasting. And we do see 3 people in this picture because we've got the 3 of Pentacles. You are actually part of a group of 3. And how you present yourself to the world is that you are stable, you are secure, and you are working hard for something that will last a long time. Okay, so that's coming through. You are building something that is beautiful, that is secure and long-lasting. So that's what you appear to be. Okay, so that's what you come forward as. Okay, so the third card we have here is the Emperor card, which is the typical card for Aries. Okay, so this card represents the obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions, known or unknown. It brings to light hidden forces at work which you are unaware of, such as material resources, emotions and behaviors or beliefs. Okay, so we have the Emperor here, and it could mean that your this is either your desire to become more of an emperor rather than the empress. Okay, so the Emperor is more of an authority figure, so your desire is to be more of the emperor, or there could be an authority figure that is actually trying to, or maybe just blocking you in some way. Okay, this could be your mentality, this could be your belief, this could be the way you're thinking. It could be just, you know, in your mind. It could be an illusion, as we, like I said, as we do have that influence of the T square with the sun, Neptune, bringing in the feeling of trying to discern what is true and what is fake. So, you know, this could be something that is like an illusion to you. It could be just a belief or some sort of mindset or mentality that, you know, you feel is a block or blockage, but actually it's not a blockage. Okay, so we've got that. You have to kind of sit down and think whether, you know, what this blockage is. Okay, the fourth card is what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles, or this is how you should act actually. So with the Queen of Pentacles, it is saying that you should nurture your nest egg, nurture your investments, nurture what you're trying to grow. Okay, so if you do that, you will actually remove those blockages in some way. Okay, and also while you're doing that, you are reaping the rewards of the earth, because this is like an abundant card. It's an earth element. You are feeling safe, secure, and being nourished, and reaping the rewards of the earth, and just enjoying life, basically. Okay. So the fifth card here is what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously by changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do internally? You need to be open to the world in some way, or kind of looking outside the box. Okay, so you need to get a different perspective on certain ways of thinking or issues. Maybe you need to put yourself in the other person's shoes for a minute and kind of think, if I was there, what would I feel? How would I think? You know, so it's saying don't close yourself off and think that you are okay while you're safe and secure in your world. You need to also look at what others are thinking and feeling by putting yourself in their position. So the outcome or balance, will it be achieved? And yes, you do have a balance there. You've got the Two of Wands, balance of ideas, balance of thought, balance of way of acting, bringing those projects together. So balancing the energies is shown perfectly well with the 2 here. So that is your Astro-Tarot for the Gemini full moon, Aries. Next we have Taurus, and Taurus is in the 2nd house. The 2nd house covers all matters related to your immediate material and physical environment, taste, smells, sound, touch, sight. The 2nd house also rules income, money, and self-esteem. The full moon in Gemini lights up your financial sector during this time, and you're surprised by a surplus in cash. It's never a good, it's never not a good thing. Whether it's a well-deserved holiday bonus or simply finding $20 in a pair of jeans while doing laundry, instead of splurging immediately, put the money away. In a few months, you'll be thankful for the savings, Taurus. So that is your Astro. Let's see what the Tarot has to say. We have a 6-card reading for the Gemini full moon with the Tarot. And that is because in Tarot, Gemini is represented by a number 6 card, and it is the 6th month. So, 6 is your number, Gemini. So, for Taurus, we need 6 cards. Okay, we've got the 6 cards here. Maybe I'll just lower the camera a little bit so you can see the cards. There we go. Okay. So the first card we've got represents where you are. This represents the point you are at in your life right now. So it shows that you are quite happy where you are with family, and also you kind of feel like, you know, there is a little bit of that abundance in your life at the moment. You feel like it could be because of Christmas coming along, okay? So it feels like an abundant month in some way in regards to finances, money, or possessions, or the things that you experience that is luxurious, okay? And also having all that family around. There's a lot of people around you in regards to family. Okay, so who you appear to be, someone who's maybe a bit of a gossip, or it could be that you are a chatterbox, someone who is very good with words, or has the ability to articulate what they think in some way. And that is like the theme during the full moon in Gemini. So I'm not surprised. The third card here is obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? Okay, I do see that maybe there is like you trying to maybe earn something. There's like a quick scheme, okay, and this could be like a downfall for you. So this could be an obstacle, okay? So not get sucked into those schemes, because they will just take from you, they will steal from you. So be aware, okay? Okay, the fourth card here represents what kind of work you need to do internally, or what work you need to do externally, or your conscious mind, in order to overcome these obstacles. So this is how you should act, and it's saying that you need to release yourself from certain habits or toxic people in order to be able to move forward. And what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously, by changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. And it is like with the Three of Pentacles, it's saying that you need to be part of a member. You can't expect others to always pick up things for you. You need to work hard being part of a member. You need to change your attitude towards others in regards to being a team member, okay? And do not have expectations. And the sixth card here is the outcome or balanced, the balance that is achieved. And what I see is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is saying that you need to find a balance between light and dark, or negative and positive, or yin and yang. You need to find a balance between these energies. And the only way you can do that is by listening to your intuition. Okay, and that is exactly what came through with the when I explained about the full moon energies. So that's your reading, Astro-Tarot, for the full moon in Gemini, Taurus. Next we have Gemini. So Gemini, you are in the first house. You're number 1 this time. The first house begins the Zodiac and covers the all firsts. First impressions, the self, appearance, leadership, new initiatives, fresh starts and beginnings. The sign on the cusp or starting edge of this house is referred as your rising sign or ascendant. Okay, so the first house is ruled by Aries, normally, naturally. The full moon in your sign on the 11th or 12th, so all eyes are on you, Gemini. Treat yourself to a manicure, wear that sleek new outfit, and of course be extra kind to your skin before heading to any hectic holiday gatherings. So it's all about you. It's all about your appearance, how you present yourself to the world, and go and pamper yourself. Spoil yourself crazy, Gemini. But do not go overboard, as you will actually need that money later down the track to pay off some sort of credit card bill. So that's coming in as well later down the track. So what do we have for Gemini with the cards? What do the cards say? So let's shuffle the cards and see. We've got a 6-card reading, which is the number for Gemini, because Gemini is on the 6th month, and also in the tarot deck it is represented by the 6th major arcana card. So let's see what comes through for Gemini. Okay, another 3 cards. Got a lot of sword cards so far. And another sword card. There we have 6 cards. So the very first card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles represents loss. It represents financial loss, material loss, physical loss. It could mean you're left outside, you've been thrown out of home, you are feeling a loss, you've been abandoned, rejected, you've become sick and let go from work, etc. You know, things like that. So loss. Where you are now, this represents the point you are at in your life right now. It shows there is some sort of loss within your life. This may be financial or emotional, but whatever that loss is, it's just temporary. So you will overcome this situation easily. It's only temporary, okay? So that's coming through. Second card is who you appear to be. You appear to be a worrywart. You appear to be someone who worries over the details so much. You just want to get everything done perfectly. You can become a perfectionist at times. You want things done properly, you know, right and exact. And if it's not done right, if it's not done on time, you'll become this worrywart. You might actually be a night owl as well, who likes to work at night. Okay, that's coming through. So obstacles in your path. What's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? We have the Sun card. The Sun card in a negative situation or position negates that. It actually says that you don't have any blockages. You don't have any blockages or anything stopping you achieving your goals. Okay, it is saying that you're very enthusiastic, and maybe this is saying you're maybe a bit too over enthusiastic. So tone it down a bit. So that's coming through as well. Now the fourth card here is what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles and how to act. It's saying that things that do not serve you need to be removed from your life because they have ended. They are ready to be released, let go. And also is saying maybe go get a chiropractic adjustment done. You may have problems with your spine, your back, your lower lumbar, you know, or upper. We do see the spine all the way being, you know, stabbed there. So it could be like nerves being pinched by the spine. Or you may actually go and get a acupuncture done to be able to release some of those blockages. And this could be like, you know, external work that you need to have done. So that could be another thing. But I do see some sort of chiropractic adjustment that needs to be done. Okay, what kind of work you need to do internally or in your subconscious mind by changing your attitude or examining your motivation or even changing your expectations. We have the Ace of Swords, again a Swords card. Sword cards are air element cards, and it's all related to thoughts, communication. It's a very typical Gemini type, you know, energy. And it is saying that the kind of work you need to do internally is to stop the mind chatter. You've got too much going on in your mind, okay? So you need to stop that mind chatter. You need to actually, this is a very forceful card. It's an ace. It's like, it's got a lot of force. So it's saying that you need to actually force yourself in some way, maybe meditation or something, okay, to stop that mind chatter. And the outcome or balance achieved, well, nothing is settled, and you know, and there will be a lot of communication. They look like telephone lines to me. There will be a lot of communication, swift messages coming and going, and networking. I do see that your energies will be a little bit scattered, so you need to kind of like come back down to earth and ground yourself. That way things will become more balanced, because the wands are flying up in the air. They're not settled. They need to be settled. So the energies are not settled. Okay, so that's for Gemini. Okay, next we have Cancer. And Cancer is in the 12th house, this full Gemini moon. And the Zodiac completes with the 12th and final house, which is ruled by Pisces, governing endings. This house covers the final stages of a project, tying up loose ends, completions, the afterlife, old age, surrender. It's also associated with separation from society, institutions, hospitals, jails, hidden agendas, and secret enemies. And it rules the imagination, creativity, arts, film, dance, poetry, journals, and the subconscious mind. On the 11th, the full moon in Gemini urges you to take a day completely to yourself. The moon is waning, which means losing light, in the second half of the month, encouraging you to have a more introspective period. Unplug and meditate. You can head to all the end of year gatherings refreshed that way. So yeah, it is a time where you need to kind of meditate and kind of leave this reality for a while, to be able to get in touch with yourself, your deeper inner self. And if you're a writer, this is a great time. This is a great time to get information coming through to you. So as it rules the imagination and all of those other things I explained, so you could actually, maybe you're writing a scenario or writing a book or something, all of these things just pop in your mind and you can just quickly write them down, take notes, whatever. So that is the Astro for Cancer. Now let's have a look and see what we have with the tarot. So we've got a 6-card reading for Cancer, and 6 is the number for Gemini, as it's in the 6th month, and also in the tarot it's the 6th number major arcana card. So 6 cards for Cancer. Oh, that's too many. They didn't jump. I actually dropped those. There we go. Jumped. Okay, we got 6 cards, and the very first card shows where you are at the moment. This represents the point you are at in your life right now. Okay, so it shows that maybe you were sad about something, something upset you or made you sad, or you're going through some sort of mourning stage, and well, that's where you are right now. It could be that you got rejected, people in your life left, and you're just feeling sad. This is the card of feeling sad. And who do you appear to be? This represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. Or this could be your public face. So you're presenting yourself as someone who's caring, loving, heart-to-heart interactions. You come across as being someone who's very happy in their marriage or relationship or partnership. It could be a business partnership. You come across as being, being seen as someone who's very happy where they are. Maybe you are. What are the obstacles in your path? So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? We have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords says that the words that you speak during this time could be your blocks to go further. So it could be the way you speak, the way you articulate, the way you express yourself with words. It could be written words, spoken words. So it's saying that you need to kind of take a backstage at the moment. You may end up hurting someone's feeling, or you may actually end up in a situation where you put your foot in your mouth, or you could actually be gossiping about other people. Okay, or other people might be gossiping about you, vice versa. So words, hurtful words that are blocks to you, towards your goals during this time. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles? And it is saying, be straight to the point. When you need to talk or articulate, the Ace of Swords is representing what's on your mind. It is saying that when you have something on your mind, express it with words that is simple and basic as possible, to the point. Okay, so it is don't dilly-dally with the words. Be quite, clear about what you're trying to say, and do not make it something that goes on and on and on. Just be quick and to the point. Okay, so what kind of work do you need to do internally or subconsciously in your mind? This could be changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations, or etc. So subconsciously, in your mind, internally, you need to explore yourself. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is an adventurer. They like exploring. It is saying that you need to go inwards and start exploring yourself. And as you are in the 12th house during the full moon, it does make sense. Go inwards, explore yourself. You may actually pull out some very interesting and exciting information. So the outcome, if balance is achieved, I see the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone who is quite balanced. But one thing is that they may have a bit of an anger issue. So you may need to actually ground yourself and kind of come back to earth, and maybe meditate as much as you can to be able to release those feelings or emotions. Okay, so mostly very balanced, only for that particular reason with the anger. Needs to be balanced out. Okay, and that's only a little slight problem, not a major problem with Cancer. Okay, so next we have Leo, and Leo is in the 11th house during the Gemini full moon. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius naturally, and it rules teams, friendships, groups, society, technology, video and electronic media, networking, social justice, rebellion, and humanitarian causes. It also rules originality, eccentricity, sudden events, surprises, invention, astronomy, science, fiction, and all of those things that are futuristic. So with the full moon in Gemini on the 11th or the 12th, wherever you may be in the world, is all about your friends, Leo. So make sure you are out circulating this night. Even if it presents presents need to be wrapped, that can wait for another day. Okay, you might make a connection that changes your life. It is time that you were out during that day or that evening with friends, socializing, having fun. It's very important for you because it could be something very important that will be occurring in your life during that time. And if not, it's a time for socializing anyway. So get out and have fun. Okay, so what do we have for Leo with the tarot? We've got a 6-card reading. And I just got one card that flew across the room and I have to get up, pick it up from the ground. What have we got? What do we have here? Okay, so that's what we have. Move the camera a little bit. There we go. So, second card, please do not make the cards fly across the room. Okay, we need another 3 cards. Okay, so we got 3 cards. The very first card represents where you are in your life right now. This represents the point you are in your life, and it shows that you went through some sort of transformation, or you are ready to transform in some way. Okay, the Death card represents transformation. It represents releasing the old way of being and embracing the new way of being. Okay, so that's where you are in your life right now. Who you appear to be, this represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. This is your public face and the true nature of the relationship with others. Okay, so it shows that with the Chariot that you come across as someone who's kind of is not balanced. This is actually the Gemini card in the Tarot Higher Arcana. We've got the 2 Sphinx there. It just shows that the energies of the yin and yang is not balanced. It needs to be balanced. If you have a look at the Sphinx, they're going separate directions. And if they pull the Chariot in separate directions, it will just rip that Chariot in half. It just means you need to bring those energies together, balanced, so you're in alignment energetically. Okay, so it just means that that's how people perceive you. They perceive you as being out of balance at the moment. Obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? We've got the King of Cups, and the King of Cups represents either a particular person who could be your other half if you're attached. If not, it could be someone who is about to enter your life as a love partner, because the King of Cups actually represents the King of Hearts, and it is like the future partner for you know, a woman, if I was doing a reading for a woman here. And this can be a specific person, or it can actually represent your blockage is your sensitivity, your blockage is your emotions, or your empathy towards others. Okay, so maybe you need to kind of tone it down a bit. Maybe you're doing too much and it could actually become a blockage for you. So it could be a particular person, or it could be your own sensitivity. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do externally or consciously in order to overcome these obstacles? So it's saying go out and have fun, enjoy social time. Okay, so during that full moon, the horoscope did say that you should be going out with groups, having, you know, a good time, whatever. So that's what it's saying. It's saying what kind of work you need to do externally or consciously to overcome these obstacles. Go out and have fun, enjoy your time, enjoy life. Okay, so that's the kind of feeling you need to kind of embody within your mind as well. Okay, what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously by changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. And we have the Justice card, and the Justice card is saying you need to balance yourself internally, okay? Because we got that being unbalanced there, You need to balance internally your mind. Everything needs to be balanced. So your expectations need to be in balance, your motivation. So you can't be over motivated or under motivated. You have to have a balance. Your attitudes, they have to be balanced as well. So you have to kind of strike a balance with everything in some way to be able to move forward internally. And the outcome or balance achieved is that you will actually get some ideas, new ideas in regards to how you can balance these out in your life so you can move forward. You may actually get some sort of ideas during the full moon, or when you're socializing with those friends of yours, they may actually give you some ideas. Okay, so that can help you out, Leo. Okay, so that's for Leo. Next we've got Virgo, and Virgo is in the 10th house during the full moon in Gemini, and the 10th house is at the very top and the most public part of the chart. Okay, so it's like right up the top, and the 10th house is naturally ruled by Capricorn, and it governs things like structures, corporations, tradition, public image, fame, achievements, awards, boundaries, rules, discipline, authority, authority figures, fathers and fatherhood. The cusp or the border of the 10th house is also called the mid-heaven, and it clues astrologers into your career path. So when we look at what type of career path you should be looking into, we look at the mid-heaven, and it kind of gives us an idea what you are suited to do. So on the 11th or 12th of this, within the next couple of days, the full moon in Gemini marks a major moment for your career. All of those late nights at the office are finally going to be recognized, and you may even be matched with an end of year bonus. So be sure to invest the surplus in something that will last, and don't go and splurge it on things that you will regret later. Well, being Virgo, I'm pretty sure that you will actually put it aside and not go and splurge it on anything. So that is your astro. Let's have a look at your tarot, Virgo. Let's see what comes through the tarot. And we have a 6-card reading for the Gemini full moon. So 6 cards. And one last card. Okay. There we go. So the first card shows where you are. This represents the point you are at in your life right now. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Cups. Cups is a water element card. It represents emotions and feelings, represents the heart. Now, it's showing me that, you are kind of like desiring all these wonderful things to become a reality in your life. This is like dreaming, imagining all of these beautiful things, and you can manifest them if you really, really want to. So you are at that point in your life now. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to achieve this, you want to achieve that, and these are like your visions. Okay, so that's where you are at the moment in your life. So who you appear to be, this represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. This is your public face. Come across as someone who can have a really close connection to anyone. Okay, so someone who's loving, caring, someone who is nurturing. That's how you come across to your external world. Okay, so what are the obstacles in your path? What's blocking you from your goals? I do see that maybe negative talk is going to block you from your goals. Maybe you constantly chanting that you can't achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Or that, you know, when you constantly say to yourself, I have a headache, and even if you don't, you end up with a headache. It's that kind of thing. So you have to kind of be very, very careful of how you articulate your words, because you kind of do tend to manifest things quickly. So yeah, watch what you're saying. Be very careful with your words. They do manifest. Okay, so the fourth card is what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind to overcome these obstacles. You need to look at everything with gratitude and love. Okay, you need to look at everything where the cup is full and flowing, and you do have an abundance of everything. Okay, and you have to have that belief that there's always going to be a flow of that abundance, flow of that manifestation constantly happening. Okay, it's never going to stop. The flow is never going to stop. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously in your mind by changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do internally? You actually need to go internally with the Hermit. You have to go internally and analyze the deeper depths of your soul. You need to also, besides going inwards, you need to analyze. You need to gather information in regards to why you are acting that way, why you've got that attitude, why you are motivated in such a way, and why you need to have those expectations from others or yourself. Okay, so you need to go deeper into the depth of your soul and analyze those, or into your mind and analyze those issues. And the outcome of balance achieved, we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is someone who is nurturing, caring, loving. And we did have that coming across like that as well. But this is like the King, so it's the most mature energy of the emotions and feelings. It just means that this person is emotionally smart or intellectual. Okay, so yeah, the most mature energy is coming through, and it does look like they are kind of, you know, like trying to strike a balance with the emotions that involving the emotions in some way. Okay, so maybe you need to work more on your emotions than anything else. Okay, so that's for Virgo. Next we have Libra, and Libra is in the 9th house. The 9th house is ruled naturally by Sagittarius, which covers the higher mind or expansion, international and long distance travel, foreign languages, inspiration, optimism, publishing, broadcasting, universities and higher education, luck, risk, adventure, gambling, religion, philosophy, morals and ethics. So all of those things. And on the 11th, the full moon in Gemini eliminates your foreign travel sector, Libra. Where do you want to go? You'll be getting your tickets for the next year's vacation during this time. and request the time off from work the moment you book it. Because even if it's like, you know, until say next year, Christmas next year, you don't want to take any risks, and to avoid any future headaches, you just want to do it now and then because you're so enthusiastic about this travel. Okay, so something like that will come through, or it could be like, you know, maybe you're more interested in spiritual aspects, philosophy, or even like trying out foreign cuisine and things like that. That's also another possibility for Libra around the full moon in Gemini. So let's have a look and see what the tarot has to say for Libra. We've got a 6-card spread for Libra, and it represents the 6th month that Gemini is in, and also tarot card, the major arcana card is the 6th major arcana card that represents Gemini. Okay, so we've got 2 cards. Another 2 and another 1. Okay, so we've got 6 cards. The first card represents where you are. This represents the point you are at in your life right now, and it's like you're looking at all these wonderful things that you want to achieve in your life. It could be that travel, it could be, you know, whatever it is that you want to manifest. You're looking at your imagination. You want to achieve this, you want to achieve that, you want to experience this and that, taste that and that, etc., etc. So this is like your imagination and all the possibilities that you can actually have, but you don't know which one you want first. You've got a lot of things on your mind. You want to make all of them manifest. You could. So the second card here represents who you appear to be. This represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. And this is like your public face. With this card, it shows the 9 of Wands. It represents that you come across as someone who's always like defensive. Okay, so if someone says something, kind of defend yourself. Your the way you speak with others, the way you approach, or when you are being approached, you're always in a defensive kind of energy, and you've always got these boundaries around yourself. Now, this could be that you are, you know, maybe because of past experience, you have been, you know, pushed to become like this up until now. So this is how you appear to be to your external environment. Okay, obstacles in your path. What's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? So whether they're known or unknown. So what I see is the obstacles are maybe health issues. Okay, so maybe you've got some certain health issues, or there may be someone unwell in the family, okay, and something that needs to be put to rest as well. Issues on the mind that need to be put to rest, okay? So that's coming through as well. So they're your obstacles. So what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles, you need to get rid of those thoughts from your mind, firstly. So this is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is saying if you've got something on your mind, you need to express it in some way. Okay, it needs to be expressed in some way, and whether that's by speaking or writing or whatever way you desire, but this is more so like in way of communication in some way. So your thoughts need to be expressed in that kind of way, so they come out of your system and are released. It's those thoughts, they need to be released. Okay. So what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously in your mind, this could be changing your attitude, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. Okay, so you need to kind of look at what you have and analyze the situation, and you need to be able to find a way to work with that. Okay, find a way to work with what you have. Okay, so you probably need to find a way to solve certain problems and release whatever it is that is blocking you to be able to make more of your reality abundant. Okay, so more abundance coming into your life in every possible way. Okay, so you need to have a look at yourself internally, analyze it, solve problems that need to be solved, and then try to find a way to bring in what it is that you need to bring into your life. Okay, so it's like that's the 7 and that's the 7. So you're there looking at those, imagination, you're imagining what you want, and here you have what you already have. It could also mean that you need to start doing some sort of gratitude work. Okay, gratitude work for what you already have, instead of saying I don't have enough. And this could be on any level. It could be not just financial or material, it could be anything. Okay, so the outcome or balance achieved is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is someone who is quite balanced, but has a slight problem with maybe anger or doing things without thinking. So those have to be kind of, taken care of as well. But all in all, overall, the King of Wands is quite balanced. Okay, so next we have Scorpio, and Scorpio is in the 8th house during this Gemini full moon, and the 8th house is ruled by your sign, Scorpio. It is a house of mystery that rules birth, death, sex, transformation, mysteries, merged energies, and bonding at the deepest level. The 8th house also rules other people's property and money, real estate, inheritances, investments. If you've been waiting on an approval for a loan, good news arrives on the 11th with the full moon in Gemini. Get all your documents ready to go in advance, because with spacey Neptune involved in this lunation, the details may be muddy, so overlook them. If you can't get out of the issue, get someone to help you out. Okay, so that is your Astro. So now let's have a look at what's happening for Scorpio with the tarot. We've got a 6-card reading, because Gemini is actually in the 6th month, and also in the tarot we have a Gemini card that is also a number 6. And last card, whoa, I just got scared for a moment. I thought it was going to fall onto the ground. Okay, so the first card shows where you are. This represents the point you are in your life right now, and I do see you with some sort of sadness. Sadness that maybe something left you, someone left you, or someone passed over. Whatever the issue, I feel like you're either depressed or sad during this time. It could be the weather. So there is some sort of feeling like that happening at the moment for you. So who do you appear to be? This represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world, okay? This is your public face. You come across as the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is someone who is very intuitive. They don't look at the black and white. They look at what's happening in between. They can sense things. They are very psychic. So you come across as the High Priestess, someone who's intuitive, in touch with their inner self. Okay, the Page of Pentacles, it represents the obstacles on your path and what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions. Page of Pentacles, it represents some sort of information, some details that need to be more clear to you. And like with your astrology, you know, those documents with Neptune making things a little bit muddy. Well, yeah, that's the type of thing that's coming through. So information that needs to be cleared out. That's your blockage. So what kind of work you need to do externally or within your conscious mind, or, you know, or to act. The Ace of Swords shows that you need some sort of, this represents thoughts, written documents, and it can represent anything written or spoken. Okay, so the type of work you need to do is you need to be very straightforward in regards to your communications during this time. Say what is on your mind directly and be quite open, and also do not sign anything at the moment. Okay, do not sign anything at the moment, because it can actually backfire. So the fifth card here is what kind of work you need to do internally or within your subconscious mind, like changing your attitudes, examining your motivation, or even changing your expectations. We have the Lovers card, and the Lovers card represents being decisive. Okay, so being decisive, being able to decide. This is the Gemini card. Okay, so you have to be very decisive, because you may actually be faced with a choice, and it is saying that you have to bring the energies into alignment. Being very decisive of what it is you want, how you want to achieve it, within your conscious mind. It could be that, you know, you're confused about a certain attitude, or confused about how you get motivated, or certain expectations that you have of yourself or others. And you need to choose what it is that you really want, and how to, you know, go about those, and then find a balance, getting into alignment. Okay, finding a balance between the masculine and feminine energies, or finding a balance between mind, body and spirit. Okay, getting into alignment. And the outcome or balance achieved will be, if you have healthy boundaries, there will be balance. Okay, so you need some healthy boundaries, because you can easily get distracted from your external environment, because you're very, very susceptible to the energies. Okay, so that is for Scorpio. And next we have Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius is in the 7th house. The 7th house is the sector of relationships and other people. It governs all partnerships, both business and personal, like contracts, marriage, and business deals. It is naturally ruled by Libra. The full moon in Gemini on the 11th or 12th is an opportunity for you to seal the deal, Sagittarius. Going back and forth with a reserved client, going on dates with someone holding their cards way too close to their chest. Let them know what you want. Let them know that you want them in your life till death to do you part. So be very clear with your intentions, basically, okay? And as I said, it is a time where it is ruling your relationship sector. And let's have a look and see what the cards have to say for Sagittarius. We have a 6-card spread, and because 6 is a month for Gemini, and also we have a card with the number 6. Okay, another 3 cards for Sagittarius. Okay, so we've got 3 cards, and the first card we have is the Empress card. This shows where you are. This represents the point you are at in your life right now, and it shows that if you're a parent, you're a great mom. Just to let you know. Also, it shows that you are actually maybe enjoying your home, as well as creativity with relating to some sort of projects, also relating to being a perfect wife, because it is relating to relationships in general. So you come across as this perfect mom, perfect wife, and yeah, so everyone adores you within your family. That's how you come across in general at the moment with the Empress. Okay, and there are a lot of creative things happening, like you are bringing a lot of creative things to the fore, like projects and stuff. You are actually enjoying the luxuries of life as well at the moment. That's what is coming through with the tarot. Okay, the second card shows who you appear to be. You come across as someone who, so this represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world, or this could be like your public face, okay? So you may come across as someone who is not quite happy, okay? You may come across as someone who is feeling sad about what they've lost, what they've, people they've lost, or people that they miss dearly. So it's like mourning, the energies is like mourning. So they probably come across like that. The third card here is obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? And we have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords represents the way you speak to others. You can be so blunt that you could probably cause that to be a blockage in your life, okay, at the moment. It could also be like a negative way of expressing your thoughts, articulating your thoughts in some way, okay? All right, so the fourth card here is the Six of Cups. What kind of work you need to do externally, or your conscious mind, in order to overcome these obstacles? So how can you act? It is saying that think back to your childhood, or even have a look at your children if you've got any, and kind of look at how you should be acting now, because they act with a lot of optimism. They're very bubbly, sunny and happy and joyful, and that's how you should be, and that's how you normally are anyway. So if you are like that, you will be yourself, basically. Okay, so it's saying take children or even pets, okay, as an example, and or think back how you used to be when you were a child, and kind of, you know, act in that kind of ways. That's how you can solve these issues with your conscious mind. So what kind of work you need to do internally, or your subconscious mind, or your attitudes, maybe you need to kind of be like a psychologist and kind of like dig deep, analyze what it is that is not working, how you can solve that issue, how you can examine your motivations, or even change your expectations. What are your attitudes like? Why are your attitudes that way? You know? And if you can't do it, maybe you need to get someone to help you out, like a professional, okay? Someone who can analyze them for you. Okay, the outcome, or the balance achieved. Look at that, we got 2 cards for this last card. And we have the Magician and the Star card, and these are both positive cards. The Magician says that you can manifest anything you desire. You have eternal knowledge. And the Star card is saying you wished upon the star, and all of your wishes are ready to come into your life. It's all about manifesting, okay? So your energies are especially with the Star card. If you can see, her foot is in water and her other leg is on land. It's just showing that there is a lot of balanced energy in that outcome. The energies are balanced. Okay, so next we have Capricorn. And Capricorn is in the 6th house. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo naturally, which is the domain of health and service. It rules schedules, organization, routines, fitness, diet and exercise, natural and healthy living, helpfulness and being of service to others. On the 11th, there is a full moon in Gemini, and for you, the focus is on a furry friend. Whether you finally cave to your kids, please, to adopt a puppy or a kitten, or an innocent trip to the local shelter, which will result in you bringing home an elderly cat. So get ready for a cute new responsibility, Capricorn. You will love your new furry friend. So let's see, that is your astro. Let's have a look at your tarot, Capricorn. Let's see what your tarot has to say. Now, it could be a cat, it could be a puppy, it could be a bird, it could be anything. Whatever it is, it's a brand new responsibility in your life, and you will love them. You will love them dearly, because they always have unconditional love in return. Okay, let's see what's coming out for Capricorn. So we've got 6 cards, because Gemini is the 6th month of the year, and also in the tarot comes across as the 6th major card in the deck. So one last card. Okay, that's weird. I've got the same last card for nearly a lot of the other signs. King of Wands. Okay, so the first card shows where you are in your life right now. Okay, this represents the point you are at in your life right now. And we have the Justice card, and the Justice card says that you've got it all together. You're quite balanced. Especially during the full moon in Gemini, a lot of people will be out of balance, and their major thing will be to try and bring things in balance. And you seem to be quite in balance. So who do you appear to be? You appear to be someone who's chatty, someone who's, you know, communicative. You come across as someone who can, you know, communicate quite easily, especially coming from the heart in some way. Okay, so you've got that not just the heart, but also passionate talks or some sort of communication going on. That's how you appear to be. This represents your inner self and how you present yourself to the world. This is like your public face, okay? So your true nature of your relationship with others. It comes across as you are a passionate communicator in some way at this moment in time. Okay, the third card here represents the obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? We have the Tower card. The Tower card is sudden shock of something, something that will suddenly bring something in your life to a halt, or it could be like a shock. Okay, so that could be like a blockage on your path. So what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles? This is how you should act. It is saying you need to find a way to move yourself away from troubled waters, or you may actually need to go across water physically, okay? So that way you can actually release that blockage in some way. This is like a shock. It could be anything that shocks you. Okay. So what kind of work you need to do internally or in your subconscious mind by changing your attitude or examining your motivation or even changing your expectations. And this is saying enjoy the moment while the rainbow is out before it kind of disappears. Enjoy the moment of happiness. Basically, this is saying enjoy the moment, be in the moment, and live and experience joy and happiness within the moment. So that is the kind of thing that you need to kind of change within your subconscious mind. The outcome of balance achieved, we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, besides his sudden angers and head-on actions, he's quite balanced. He's quite a balanced guy. So comes across as, you know, the energies will be quite balanced, and but you just need to watch your anger and also not to act swiftly or rashly in regards to certain situations. So that is for you, Capricorn. Next we have Aquarius. And Aquarius is in the 5th house. The 5th house is ruled by dramatic Leo, and it governs self-expression, drama, creativity, colour, attention, romance, fun and play. On the 11th or the 12th, there's a full moon in Gemini, Aquarius. And all you want to do is have some fun, especially with your kids or nieces, nephews or tots, whoever is around you that you babysit. Or it could be friends coming together, but kind of in a, you know, with a kind of childish type energy. It's all about having fun, basically, okay? And it might be that you, it might be a school night, but this isn't called the long night's moon for nothing. So I would say get bundled up and head to a festive tree lighting to get cozy in your pajamas for a holiday movie marathon. Okay, you may actually decide to do that with your friends. So let everyone stay up past their bedtime. You won't regret it. You won't forget that experience, Aquarius. So that is for you in your astro. Let's have a look at your tarot, Aquarius. We have a 6-card reading, and 6 is the 6th month in the year for Gemini, and also we have the card that represents Gemini, which is a number 6 in the tarot as well. Okay, so we want those cards out. Okay, that one jumped out. One last card. Okay, actually we've got 2 cards. Alright, so the first card is where you are. This represents the point you are at in your life right now. And we see a lot of communications, networking, all sorts of things happening in regards to communications. This is called the arrows of love, or the arrows of communication. They look like telephone lines, okay? But this is like sharing ideas, okay? Sharing ideas. And the second card here is who you appear to be. You appear to be a warrior, a worrywart, someone who stays up late at night, someone who is like a night owl, someone who has a lot of mind chatter. They have too many thoughts, too many things on their mind. Okay, that's how you appear to be. Obstacles in your path. What's blocking you? Something shocking, something that happens suddenly, something that you never ever dreamed of, that will suddenly appear in your life, that will block you. Okay, it could be anything. It could be like hidden forces at work which you are unaware of, such as material resources, emotions and behaviors or beliefs. Okay, so these are the things that are blocking you. Okay, so the 4th card is what kind of work you need to do externally or in your conscious mind in order to overcome these obstacles. You need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture what you have, your resources. You need to be able to secure yourself. Okay, so once you are able to, in your mind, feel the security, feel that you are safe, stable, secure, and have everything that you need in life, then you will be able to remove that block from your life. Okay, so what kind of work you need to do internally or in your subconscious mind? It is saying that you need to meditate, take a break. Maybe you need to see someone that helps you to release all those thoughts and worries from your mind, okay? And the outcome or balance that is achieved, we have 2 cards, and we have the success card. You will succeed in balancing these, and also we have like a celebration coming up, so some sort of celebration as well. So that's what's coming up in regards to the new moon in Gemini for Aquarius. Let's see what's coming up for Pisces. So Pisces, you're in the 4th house. The 4th house is ruled by Cancer, and it sits at the bottom of the zodiac wheel and rules the foundations of all things. Okay, so it's right at the bottom. This includes your home, privacy, your basic security, your parents, particularly your mother, children, your own mothering abilities, if you're female or male, it doesn't matter, nurturing and tender loving care. If you're super proud of your apartment's feng shui, even with the corny holiday decorations, Pisces, you have the chance to show off at the full moon in Gemini on the 11th or 12th. Full moons bring culminations, and for you, this means finally pulling off a small gathering at your house where you can show off all your new decorations. This full moon connects with hazy Neptune, so make sure you know who's bringing the wine, okay? You don't want anyone to bring something that you don't want to give to your friends, okay? So make sure you know who brings the wine, or you may end up with no wine. That's another thing. So let's see what the tarot has for Pisces. 6 cards for Pisces. We have 6 cards for this layout because it's a Gemini full moon, and Gemini is the 6th month of the year, and we also have a card that represents Gemini in the tarot deck with the number 6. One last card. There we go. Oh, again, the King of Wands. We always get the King of Wands during this. For nearly most of the other zodiacs, we got the King of Wands as the last card. That's really weird. Okay, so where you are at the moment. So we have the World card. The World card represents that Pisces, you are actually at a point in your life at the moment where you're about to complete something, okay? So this is like completions. Just like the full moon, you want to complete things so that you can restart new things. Who you appear to be someone who is like the Wheel of Fortune, who is up one day, down the next. You're constantly, your mood is changing recently, lately, has been very, up and down. So that's how you kind of appear to the external environment, or that's how you present yourself to the world. This is your public face at the moment. So the third card, which is the Queen of Cups, is the typical card for the Pisces. Okay, so obstacles in your path. So what's blocking you from your goals or stopping you from manifesting your intentions? This is like you, things that you are unaware of, such as, your emotions and your behaviors coming across as being too sensitive, okay? And we did come across as someone who is moody lately, so you're being too sensitive with your emotions, as the cups do the emotions. Okay, what kind of work you need to do externally, or your conscious mind, in order to overcome these obstacles? You need to invite some people over, okay? Invite people to your place. The Knight of Cups represents invitation. Invite people over for some drinks, okay? So that's what the Knight of Cups can be saying. So what kind of work you need to do internally or subconsciously in your mind, or changing your attitude, what you need to do, you have to look at who's in authority within your home. You have to look at them and how they affect you in some way. And maybe you need to regain your own authority in some way, okay? With the Emperor, represents authority figures, specifically fathers, or if you're married, your husband, etc. And the outcome or the balance achieved is the King of Wands. King of Wands represents that he's quite balanced, but only a little bit of a problem with maybe anger and being very hasty, head on, making action head on. So those are the things that you have to watch out for. Other than that, everything kind of seems to be quite balanced for you, Pisces. So that is your Astro-Tarot for the Gemini full moon. I hope you have enjoyed that. Take care and bye.